Last night at Survivor Series, you all sucked. Every single person here dropped the ball last night, and we've got to fix it. We went from being the A show to the C show, and we can't have that. We need to take our Raw flag, we need to plant it back in the ground, and we need to make this place great again, please. So give me a minute, would ya? Randy Orton, Mr. RKO. Randy, you were on my squad last night, and I hate to say this, dude, but you were the weak link. What about Charlotte? Charlotte, you're a leader. You're a leader. You were supposed to lead the Ladies Survivor Series team into battle last night, and you weren't even the last one standing for Team Raw. And you call yourself a Flair. Rey Mysterio. Hey, look, I'll be honest with you, Rey. Last night, more than anybody, you let all of us down. I'm trying to motivate you. This is our show, and we need to stand up for it. These are the things you're all thinking. These are the things you're all thinking. I'm the only one who's got the guts to say it.
Well, after such scathing remarks from Seth Rollins during this impromptu town hall meeting following Survivor Series, I guess Avery has come down to exchange a few words to the leader of Monday Night Raw.
In case you didn't know, his new name is Mr. NXT. You know what? I know what you're gonna say. I know what you're gonna say. You're gonna say, this isn't about us, this is about me. This is about Seth Rollins. No, it's not, all right? This isn't about me. You know what it is? You want my spot. You want to be Seth Rollins. But let me tell you something. You will never be Seth Rollins. Look, I didn't mean it that way. Look, I'm coming from a good place. This is the right thing to do.
Oh my God! And Avery has heard enough. And frankly, so have I and all these people from Seth Rollins.
What do you want from me? I've been asking myself that for a long time now, because you see, you and I, we used to get along. We used to see things eye to eye, and then somewhere along the way, it all went wrong, and I'm trying to figure out why. Why? I did everything right. I don't take nights off. I fight through injuries. Every single time I walk through that curtain and I get in that ring, I lay it all on the line for each and every one of you. I stick my neck out for you guys, and not just in the ring, but in the media too. And what do I get? What do I get? I get spit on, I get disrespected, and I'm sick of it. But once again, the truth is not good enough for you. So tell me, what is good enough for you people? What is good enough for you? Your negativity has become a self-fulfilling prophecy, and that self-fulfilling prophecy has turned your fiction into fact. It has turned me to stand side by side with two men who understand. It has turned me to stand side by side with the AOP. When I debuted for NXT, the entire world was saying, Seth Rollins is the future. When I showed up here on Raw, the entire world clamored, Seth Rollins is the future. And that's just not one or two people. That was everybody. Fans, ownership, everyone. And then, all of a sudden, the mood changed. And people started to question my leadership. As if I had done something wrong. Let me explain something to everybody here and everyone listening around the world. Being a leader is not about being cool. It's not about making the popular decisions. It's about making decisions for the sake of progress. And that's the truth. That's the truth because, look, I don't lie to you guys, all right? I'm honest with you. That's one thing we've always had. I tell you the truth every step of the way, and that's not going to change. So let me lay a little truth on you right now. And this might be hard for some people to accept. I am a leader. I am a visionary. I am going to be the man that leads this brand and this industry into the next decade and beyond. And whether you like it or not, you are coming with me by hook or by crook. I will drag you kicking and screaming all the way into 2020. I will impose my will. And if you resist, the AOP will enforce my will.
What is that supposed to mean? Oh my God! AOP assaulting one half of the Raw Tag Team Champions. I guess this is what Seth means by if you resist, he will enforce his will. And he has a match tonight. Ladies and gentlemen of YouTube, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another installment of WWE 2K19 MyCareer mode, where after a vicious assault from the AOP and a scathing warning by Seth Rollins, Cole Quinn now has to compete in what was supposed to be a tag team match against the AOP, now has to run solo as his tag partner is evaluated in the back. I'm at a loss for words. I mean, Seth Rollins has pretty much changed overnight. One loss at Survivor Series has completely shifted Seth Rollins' entire perspective on where Monday Night Raw stands. I mean, just a couple weeks ago, he tore apart the entire locker room, leaving a scathing, just whipping everyone apart, despite them putting in their best efforts. It wasn't good enough for Seth Rollins. And now he is apparently hoping to usher in a new era, an era under his vision, I assume. We can only see where this goes from here, as Cole Quinn looking to be fired up from the WWE Universe, but you have to wonder, where's the game plan? I mean, Cole has always operated with his tag partner, but tonight, he's going solo against Akam and Razor from AOP. I want to have optimism, but this is not ideal. AOP, their motto is violence for the sake of violence. I mean, not only do you have two individuals who thrive under chaos, under disorder, and inflicting pain on other individuals, you also have the fact that the numbers advantage is completely against Cole Quinn. At any point, Cole can't even make a tag if he gets into trouble. This is all on him. At any point, one of these two could just tag out, get a breather. And if Cole does manage to get a pinfall, they can also break it up. The odds haven't been stacked higher for the Rooks. And tonight's looking very, very bleak. Before we get started, make sure that you like the video and hit that bell notification so you never miss an episode for the 2K19 MyCareer series as we are on the tail end of the story. Make sure you hit the playlist in the corner to make sure you get caught up on everything that has happened so far. And if you haven't already, please subscribe as we get underway in 2v1 handicap matchup with Cole Quinn taking on, I believe that is Akam, if I am not mistaken. Stiff knee to the jaw, and now Cole going for it for a second time. Rolling him over, looking to hopefully end it as he took him off his feet, but a kick out at one. It's going to take a lot more than that. And Cole knows it. The best strategy I could recommend is to try to wear him down quick and fast so that way at least one of them will be out and it'll be a fair fight. Because then stuff like this will happen where you're stuck on the wrong end of the ring. But a reverse DDT puts Cole Quinn back in his matchup, followed up with a jumping elbow. Oh my goodness. And now going for that big splash, but missing. Now Cole grabbed and drug across the ring. Stiff shots to the stomach. Fighting out of it. Cole still having plenty of heart, but you have to wonder how far is heart going to carry you in this matchup. Shot to the throat. Cole building the head of steam. Running Bulldog. Razor trying to get tagged into this matchup, and Cole wisely cutting the ring off from Akam. Elbow to the knee. And now going for the Irish whip. Cole bounced off the ropes. Referee almost caught in the crossfire as Cole's thrown over the shoulder of one half of the AOP. And this is where things go from bad to worse for Cole Quinn as AOP are masters of inflicting pain on their opponents. Camel clutch locked in. Cole in the center of the ring with nowhere to go. Wrenching on the back, the spine. The longer Cole stays in this, the worse it gets, but Cole's able to slip out from underneath it. Now dragging Akam away from his tag partner. Now picking Akam up, looking to use that power. That is a lot of weight, but still with a beautiful German suplex. Bouncing off the ropes, trying to get him up to his feet, but now a takedown from Akam puts AOP back up in this match. Could you imagine the message it could send to Seth Rollins if Cole manages to get the victory here tonight as Razor gets the tag kick to the face? It's a difficult task, but it is not impossible. Keep in mind, his tag team partner, Averett, who is being reevaluated in the back after this heinous assault from AOP that caused this handicap match to happen in the first place. Averett fought Sheamus, Cesaro, and Samoa Joe in a 3-on-1 handicap match back when Triple H was trying to make his life a living hell. Now Razor looking to maintain a stiff momentum shift to the AOP as those hands rain down, kick to the stomach of Cole Quinn. The more damage Cole takes, the less and less likely his victory is ensured. Rolling out of the way of that kick, but getting picked up and slammed. And now the trap squeeze. Very painful hold. Cole trapped in the center of the ring, nowhere to go. As Akam releases the hold. Forearm in the face, going for the cover, but Cole kicking out before one count can even be established. Cole ducking out of the way of that one, going for the kick, but Razor managing to get out of it. Now going for it. Thrown across the ropes. The air escaping the lungs of Cole Quinn. Now going after the knees. And now just rumming it in. The AOP have to be sitting comfortably, but Cole firing up. And this is what you don't want. Cole Quinn building up a head of steam off the ropes. And a stiff single leg drop kick puts him back in this matchup. But once again, Razor able to get some momentum back, but Cole still got some breath left in him. Still fighting, hooking the arms. Could he do it? Getting him up. Tiger driver. Looking to end it here. 1, 2, and a kick out at 2. Cole's signature move, the Tiger driver, managing to plant Razor, but it wasn't enough to get the 3 count. You have to wonder if maybe hope is lost for Cole Quinn. but you wouldn't tell it as he is doing the wise decision, which is to maintain offensive pressure. And we all know what he's setting up for, looking to get him up. Razor up on his shoulders. God, the pain he must be in, but still, CQ KO connecting, going for the pin. 1, 2, and he kicked out somehow. 2.5. Cole using everything in his arsenal and still not enough to put down Razor as Akam is now back in the matchup. But Cole immediately following up with a shot to the face with a forearm and now going after those legs. The best way to take out an opponent that's bigger than you is to chop them down at the knees. Cole getting ahead of steam, looking forward, diving through a drop kick. A missile drop kick through the ropes. But this is not a good place for Cole to be at right now because at any point Razor could jump from that apron and it's all legal if he gets involved. Cole knows that. Referee on a count of 3. And now using his own tag partner as a weapon, but a short-lived burst from Cole Quinn as Akam lays him out with a lariat. Now getting him up. Referee on a count of 6, dumping Cole on his head. And this is slowly becoming less of a match and more of a mauling. Seth Rollins' personal bodyguards doing his dirty work for him. Seth Rollins said that they will enforce his will if anyone resists. And I think we're getting an example of that here tonight. Cole trapped, nowhere to go, being drugged to the corner. And now going for it, picking him up and draping him across the ropes. That'll take the wind out of any man's lungs. Oh, Akam just dragging Cole Quinn around like a ragdoll. Cole Quinn is busted open against the turnbuckle. And now look at the tag team prowess of AOP with the repeated knee strikes, picking him up, and one more for good measure. Could crack a rib. Could do so much damage, and now just picking Cole up and tossing him from one end of the ring to the other. Not a good, it's looking bleak. I hate to be that guy. 2, 3, no. Cole somehow kicked out of it. Cole somehow kicked out. Cole somehow still has some fight left in him. Cole trying to rally, mount some sort of comeback. That last gasp of air, that last bit in the tank, he is fighting with everything he's got. Going after the knees of Akam, now stomping away. I'm sorry, I should say Razor. But just like that, back to the corner Cole goes. Tag is made, Akam is the legal man. And now once again going after the lungs of Cole Quinn with the repeated knee strikes. Up in the air, right down onto the... Cole had hope. 1, 2, 3. There was brief hope. Brief hope for the Rooks. Cole tried. You can't take anything away from Cole, but the numbers game was just too much. The savage beating, the heinous actions on display at the advisement from Seth Rollins by the AOP put Cole at a severe disadvantage. And Seth Rollins' statement has been made. Resist and be made an example of. If you like this video, make sure that you stay tuned and hit the bell notification, all that good stuff as we continue to the next episode of WWE 2K19 MyCareer Mode and see where this story takes us next. I've been the Rider 2345 and I hope to see you guys again soon. This is hard to watch. Cole tried his best. He fought with everything he had, but it just wasn't enough. I will see you guys next time. Peace.